showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. Woo! Woo! It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report on the Buffalo Fan Base Network. I'm your host, Tommy, to the highest degree, to the T.O.P. from the 313. And by my side is my main man, my toucan, Sam, the one they call the Apex Man, Mr. Mikey. What's going on, brother?
Happy Monday, brother.
Happy Monday to you, Mr. Mikey. And it is another week, another Thursday night of football. 3 games on the road. Isn't that wild? 3 games away from Buffalo.
Right?
I mean, that is crazy. And I will say this Thursday, Mikey.
It's not going to be any picnic, brother. It's going to be a war.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It sure is. The angry Buffalo sports fan coming in. Hey, it's 4 horses, but what is going on, brother? Amy coming in. Hey, let's go.
75-3. Love it, Chewy.
Damn, Chewy coming in with a very good score. See, you thought I give high score predictions, but I'm gonna
Right?
go. I'm gonna stay away from the 70s. I'm gonna be honest with you, Mikey. I'm not gonna touch that. We'll see what the score prediction is later in the show, because tonight is basically our Friday Night Lights again. We're having back-to-back Friday Night Lights early.
Yeah.
So, on a Monday, in a way. Like,
what do you do?
Consider this a cross show, or whatever you want to call this, like, crossover Mafia Sports Report Friday Night Lights on a Monday night on Monday Night Football. By the way, you guys are missing nothing on Monday Night Football. It's the second quarter, 9 minutes left. Pittsburgh up 6-0 against the Colts, who are 4-6-1,
right?
going against a 3-7 Pittsburgh Steelers. Boy, oh boy, to the NFL. Boy, they messed up with a lot of these primetime games this year.
I thought these teams were going to be good. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Angry Buffalo coming with a more respectable score prediction at 69-2. Chewy Vodka. Cheers, boys. I'll tell you what, man. I know we all been down. I get it. I get it. But this week, Patriot week, it's always gets me going. It gets me feeling good. I can't, like, I'm pumped up for this game. Like, I'm pumped up for every Bills game, but there's certain games that always get you going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of them, man. Right, Mike? I don't know about you, but it doesn't matter. They could be 1 and whatever right now, and I would still be like, hey, it's Patriots week, man. We gotta go pound those guys, bro. Like, and they play us tough every single time. So don't let the record deceive you, no matter what the record is when they play the Buffalo Bills. For some odd reason, they always give us a tough time, except for the playoffs last year. That wasn't too tough of a time. But hey, listen, their defense is on point. I think they're ranked second now. They dropped a spot, but they're one of the better teams. And we need to be on point. This offense needs to be on point, Mikey. So I kind of want to get with you. Oh, Mikey got some. What's Mikey got here? Let's see. I'm just curious. What you got here?
I pulled up the injury report for today.
Oh, you pulled it up. Do you have like is it on a PDF file so we can just keep on?
Right? No.
God. Oh, Steelers just scored, by the way, touchdown. Anyways,
hey, a little bit of Najee.
Yeah, Najee.
About time. About time they use him.
All right. So what do we got here? What do we got for the injury report of the week?
Right,
by the way, weird practice. We practice on Sunday.
Right? Just odd.
So odd, dude.
These Thursday games throw me for a loop, man. These Thursday games mess with me. So did not participate today. We had Deion Dawkins' ankle. Chances are he's not going to be there this week. He left last week's game at halftime. Questenberry took over. DeMar Hamlin, Dane Jackson, Jaquan Johnson, Quentin Morris, and Khalil Shakir all were out with the illness. Surprise, surprise, more sickness is running through the building.
Good old illness. That
Right?
flu running around town.
Yep. And then Von Miller has already been ruled out with his knee.
Yeah.
We'll find out more about that.
Yeah, which we knew.
We had nobody in the limited participation. However, we did have quite a few guys come back full today. We had Josh Allen, full.
Awesome. The best sign of all.
The best sign of all. Tremaine Edmonds, full.
Very good sign.
Epinesa, full. Cam Lewis is always full. Right. Mitch Morris, full. Jordan Phillips,
very
full.
Good.
Groot, full.
Huge, by the way.
Getting Rousseau back, knowing we lost, Von Miller is huge.
So we had a question come in here about John Brown. So, because we didn't announce it yet, but welcome back, Smoke, to the Buffalo Bills. Now,
right?
He is only on the practice squad.
For right now.
For now. He hasn't been elevated yet to the active roster. So I don't know if you'll see him Thursday. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if they put him in right away. Yeah.
Because he wasn't in football shape. He was working out, but there's a difference between working out shape and football shape.
Exactly.
It's probably going to be a couple weeks before we see him.
Highly unlikely. But I will say, supposedly from everything I've heard, like he hasn't played a little bit and he's in the best shape, like as far as he's healthy now, right? Since he left us, he said, like, this is the first time he's feeling 100%. So that's good. The fact that he has connection, a good connection with Allen, which we all know is good, and we really need help right now. Listen, this kind of points towards the OBJ thing probably not happening, which we were already saying it probably won't. However, he's still coming to Buffalo for a visit.
Yep.
But at this point, it could just be OBJ trying to make the Cowboys kind of put that price up a little.
See, and I don't think John Brown has anything to do with the OBJ thing. I think it's two separate.
No, I don't
things.
either. I don't either. But I think it's I don't either. But I think it's also them saying, hey, just in case. And I get what you're saying. They're two different kind of players too, also. But I still, man, it's good to have though. Like they needed to get somebody other than like Gentry. You know what I mean? Like. Come on, man. Gentry's not doing anything. Now, with John Brown, I don't know because it's been 2 years since he's left. And his last year wasn't the best because he had a lot of injuries. But I still thought when he was healthy, the last year he was with us, which was 2020, he played good.
Yeah.
Those injuries, man. And you know how it is, man. Sometimes,
especially when you're a speed receiver and you rely so much on your speed and you're nicked up.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. John Brown's game is all about, speed related. So if he comes in, just say he's 90% of the John Brown that we saw in 2020, fully healthy, he's no longer the number one on this team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's more like the number 3 on this team, number 4 on this team. He's he's a playmaker. Throw those little bubble screens to him and let him go.
Yeah, man.
He ran that thing to perfection.
He did. And he's still, he's not as speedy as he once was. We all know that. Yeah, but he's still, I could promise you that he's probably, I haven't seen him run now, but he's probably up there with our top receivers as far as speed goes. I can promise you that. Now, McKenzie, I know is a little faster than he said so. I'll have to take his word for it. But I would say with Hines isn't a receiver, so I'm not going to include him in this. So I'm going to say he's probably would be our second fastest receiver on the team if he's
they're saying Hines is probably the fastest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he's not a receiver. I'm calling receiver. I know he plays a little bit of both.
He should. He's still in the slot. The dude runs routes like a receiver.
I'm hoping.
Has hands like it.
Chuckle saying Vaughn said the knee was good on a stream. Hey, if he said it, I'll believe it, brother.
Yeah. Honestly, Vaughn believes, and I truly believe this. I think Vaughn believes that he's going to be able to put a brace on and play. It'll just be a couple weeks before he can do it, and then he'll just get comfortable.
Yeah, we got it. Listen, guys, we need that guy because it's like another vet. We're losing.
He's a difference maker, man. He's a difference maker,
and he's a leader. Like we're losing leader. Like I didn't really think about this until today when I was just kind of like just going over all the injuries that we've had. A lot of the key injuries are like vet guys, man, and leaders, right? On both sides of the ball. It really sucks, bro. Like, Micah Hyde, right?
Oh, that one hit me in the heart. I didn't realize how bad that one was going to hurt.
Yeah, bro.
Don't get me wrong. Damar Hamlin is done good. And
Right,
he's
but
been a
he's no Micah.
fantastic
Yeah,
replacement,
but
but
he's
he's
not
not
he's not where
Micah.
he's
He's
not
not Micah.
he definitely not Micah. He doesn't read plays like Micah Hyde does. You know what I mean? He's not, it's just not, he's not there yet. Now, will he be in the future? Sure, he could
Maybe.
be there if he works
Yeah.
hard. But right now, he's not Mike. Now, I'll tell you what, he hits like Micah Hyde because he's definitely not afraid of that. Like Micah Hyde,
He actually hits harder
might
than
hit
Micah.
harder. He might. Well,
Yeah.
he's also maybe a little bigger frame than Micah Hyde,
hmm
a little bit. But
they're also
bro,
playing different roles because
they are.
Hamlin's actually playing the Poyer role and Poyer's playing the Micah role.
Yeah. So yeah, so and then it continues.
Let's hit that real quick. Chewy comes in and says, "So would the Young Buck Shakir be the odd man out?" The Young Buck Shakir's already the odd man out.
Yeah, he's been the odd man out.
He hasn't seen much run from a receiver standpoint to catch passes. He's in there for blocking, but he doesn't get very many looks.
No,
so I'm not sure we could really call him the odd man out.
And I don't know if that's not just because Josh isn't 100% comfortable yet with him. You know how that works, man. Josh is weird like that, man. I'm telling you, Josh has to build that connection with you. And you got to remember, you know, Shakir wasn't really running with the ones early in camp. They probably didn't get much reps together. And it's more of a comfort. Listen, if he's in there, that means Josh could throw to him on a different read, but I don't think Josh is as comfortable yet. And maybe Shakir's not 100% there either as far as NFL like playbook, you know, with Dorsey's playbook.
You know how our
running
coaching
routes
staff is. Yeah, you know how our coaching staff is.
Oh, 100%.
You know,
100%.
like we were begging for, you know, Motor early and we didn't see him till super late. We were begging.
Dude,
we were always wanting, you know, we wanted Davis more involved last year, and it took till the end of the year to get him involved. So who knows what could happen, you know?
I agree.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. Shakir has made mistakes being in the game. He's whipped on blocks and things like that, and had stuff blown up. And the coaches look at that as maybe he's not ready. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we'll like I said,
he's going to be
good. I still think. Yeah, I do too. I still think he deserves more opportunity. But hey, man, you know, I'm not on the coaching staff. You know what I mean? Obviously,
right.
So I don't see what they see, right? But back to the so my point was, Mikey. Now Von Miller's out, right? That's a D-line leader, right? So now we're missing a backs leader, right? In the backfield, right? In the corners and safety slot. Now you're missing the edge leader, right? A defensive line leader. And then now you got offense, right? Now Mitch Morris got now he's back, but still he's a leader on the offensive line pretty much. He kind of is.
He is our leader on the
exactly.
Offensive line.
So a guy like that going down like last week, I don't think people really understand like that. Man, it does play a big role in like game planning.
Although I thought Bates actually played a decent center.
He did. I'm hoping, Mikey, that they move him when Morse decides to retire, which I think Morse only has 1 year in the tank. If that, he may retire. Like honestly,
30.
But he's trust me, Mikey. You could tell. Like he's not. Matter of fact, if you look at some of the grades, has gone down a little bit on him. He's not what he once was. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm just saying I don't see him being on the team much longer. I'm not saying maybe he'll retire, but
I think he has this year and next year.
That's what I'm saying. I can see one more season in him, and I can see maybe Bates sliding over, and you got to get a right guard. That means you got to go ahead and get a right guard, right? So, and you got to get a left guard, left tackle. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
but that's that. And then you got also Josh Allen dealing with it. So there's a lot of stuff going on right now with the Bills. But the good news is like some of these guys are coming back. Gregory Rousseau, the young buck. Ed Oliver has been playing so much better this season, really just every season since he's been a rookie.
Daquan Jones has looked really good.
Yes, Daquan Jones.
Phillips, your man.
Shaq Lawson on fourth downs.
Right.
Jordan Phillips. I mean, there's a lot of guys that stepped up, guys. So it's a good thing. So with John Brown coming back, I guess that was my point, was he's a veteran, man. He's a leader, right? He's coming in there and he can help a Shakir out. I'm just saying, like, he can give advice to someone like that. Even to McKenzie, who's, I mean, he's not young, but McKenzie needs help right now too, man. McKenzie's not playing up to what we thought he would be. Now, he had a good game last week, I thought. And I know at first you disagree, but I think you watched it again. You said, hey,
I did.
First half wasn't bad.
I watched it back. I missed the second quarter, and I told you that.
Yeah,
putting in the turkey. And I think that's where most of his big plays happened, was in the second quarter. Is like I missed most of all the good stuff.
Scotty in the house, by the way.
What's going
he did.
on, brother?
Let's see here. Dano coming in. I think Bates could be the long-term plan at center if Morse is done. Yeah, I think so too.
I think so.
And I'm not saying Morse is done. I just think Morse has a maybe and one more season in him, which is next season. I'm not saying
which would make sense why we signed him to the 4-year contract, Bates, knowing he's a decent guard that we can then pivot into center and be our future center, which makes sense.
Yeah, Ike Bacher, by the way, Mikey returned back.
Yes,
today.
We opened his 21-day window, so
now
hopefully
don't get too excited for Ike Bacher.
He's going to be a backup.
Yeah,
but what that does is gives us a better backup.
Exactly. At least he's depth, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know how the offensive line goes. You know how injuries go. Look, Deion Dawkins probably won't play this week. I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
So Questenberry.
Yeah.
Which is why it's key to get Morris back, because with Questenberry sliding to left tackle, if Morris was out, we're looking at possibly Von Roten, Bobby Hart at guard.
Right. Yep.
And nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see Bobby Hart at all. But he's been coming in on a lot of run play. Like, they've been using Bobby Hart more this season.
Yeah, he's in that Tommy Doyle role of last year.
Yes. So
the extra offensive line.
Oh my God. So I did talk to you over, I think, a couple of days ago yesterday. I was asking you a question. I'm just curious on your thoughts, and maybe we can go about with the chat. So I know there's been, real quick, actually, before I go there, Mikey, I go there, it just hit in my head. Bro, so I'm watching football yesterday, and I always check Twitter or whatever, and I see Brandon Beane trending. And I said, what the hell? Did we sign OBJ? What's going on? So I see why is our GM trending? And it's all these haters, boy, a lot of Bills Mafia, saying how he's had bad drafts and he's not the guy, and people are too
they're hating on Brandon Beane now?
Yes, and that
Brandon
he
Beane
hasn't really done it, like he's overrated. Bro, I could not believe it, dude.
No way.
And yeah, bro, trending. And I tweeted back. I said, bro, these same people, the same people are the same people in 2018 who was yelling and booing when we got Josh Allen. Same guy, I promise you. And we're cheering for Rosen's name. Why? Same people. These are the same people. And then once Allen got good and all good. So listen, it's like, I don't understand what they're seeing. So they're mad at what? They think he's bad at what? Like,
prisoner of the moment.
Prisoner,
I guarantee you what it was is when they heard Von Miller was going to be out, they thought Groot was going to be out. And then AJ was going to be out. It was left with Boogie and Shaq. And they're like, Boogie and Epinesa has not hit second-round picks. They haven't hit. He missed on second-round pick Cody Ford. So he's taking the flack.
Right,
you're not going to hit on everybody. You know how many guys miss on their first-round picks? And he's hit on all of his first-round picks.
And I said, too, none of that. I said, listen, y'all know how many fan bases out there would love to have Brandon Beane as their GM. Would do anything, right, to get
probably
a good GM.
About 27 of them.
Right.
I'm guessing there's probably 5 outside of us that probably would say, no, I'm good with my GM. But I'm guessing 27. I'm guessing about 27 of them would like him.
So shut up. Like, come on, man. No GM ever in any sport has just been unbelievable. Hit every draft pick, has made all the right free agent choice. Like, there's mistakes. They're going to miss. They're going to make mistakes on free agents once in a while.
They're not going to evaluate someone right.
Imagine if, and it's funny because I was thinking too, imagine if we were like GMs, right, of this team. Do you know how disaster of this team would be? I was screaming for AJ Green trade like a few years back, right? AJ, why did go get AJ Green? So it's like, slow down. I mean,
right,
guys, we could all sit back and be, armchair GM and say we should do this and that. He should have done this. But, bro, I wouldn't want to be in his seat. I'll be honest with you. That's a lot of pressure. You got to hit. You got to be pretty. You got to make sure that team is good because, boy, I tell you what, man, fan bases in general are tough. If you ain't winning, you get the hell out of here. And it shouldn't be that way because, bro, we've been in the gutter for so long, and for our team to be where we're at now for multiple seasons, and you want to like what start over? Really?
You're right.
Good luck.
Listen. Well, let's go back up to what Scott Blakely says here. He calls spade a spade. There's nobody harder on the Buffalo Bills than Scott, and he's been blasting them week after week.
Yeah.
Brandon Beane's great at his job. Then the angry sports fan comes in and says, "We need Whaley and Rosen, and we'll win a Super Bowl." Yeah, there's a win combo. You know, Whaley was claiming Bill's had success because of what he built. No, had nothing to do with him. That was a Sean McDermott thing. Some Bills fans forget the GMs. This is Daniel Gari. Some Bills fans forget the GMs the Bills have had since Pullian left.
Dude,
they're not right.
I know. It's just, bro. You're like
we'd be in bankruptcy without Big Baller being.
I don't think you know why too though. A lot of these fans are kind of new. I guarantee a lot of them that are saying that are fairly new and didn't really live through the drought years. You know, and I'm not saying I'm hating on new fans.
Yeah, they're the prisoners of
but
the
I'm just
moment.
saying, like, if you haven't gone through and understand what Buffalo went through and all the crap that's come in and out of the building, and you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be saying this.
Do you remember last year at this time? Last year at this time, we were 7-6.
Oh, I know.
And everyone was screaming at the top of their lungs, the Bills aren't what they are. Fire Sean McDermott. Brandon Beane sucks. The Bills sucks. Josh Allen's horrible. And then we went on a run, and everyone's like, oh, we're the best thing in the world. People can become prisoner of the moment, and they can't control their emotions.
You know what's funny, though, Mike? I don't think it's as bad as this season. I think it's worse. I think people are more upset that we're 8-3
because they read the headlines. We were the shoe-in Super Bowl favorites. They should just hand us the trophy and start the season. Bought the Kool-Aid. Listen, it's a long season. It's good. You're gonna have ups and downs,
injuries, and
there's nothing saying the Bills can't get back to where they were at the beginning of the year.
100%. By the end of the year. That's what I keep saying, Mikey.
I know.
That's what I keep trying to preach. I'm trying to tell y'all, listen, if the record was opposite, like we were 3-8 or whatever, right? I would totally understand. I say, hey, it sucks, man. Like our guys didn't step up. Our depth, the depth we had that we thought we had didn't do their job. We only have 3 wins. This is a nightmare, right? Like the Denver Bronco fans are saying. I'm just saying, throwing that out there, like the Raiders fans are saying. Like we're not. We're in the winning.
Listen, we could have like, and I love Chris Ballard for the Colts.
You're good, Beth. We just started.
Yeah, and we appreciate you being here, Beth. Like I love Chris Ballard from the Colts. I think he's a really good GM. We could be them. They can't get the quarterback position right if they've thrown darts at everything.
Oh, everybody.
Well, look at the Jets, and I love what their GM is doing outside of the quarterback room. They haven't been able to hit there either.
All right, now they're going for it. It's funny now that
now it's Mike White again. Remember, Mike White's back.
Fans are so funny, Mikey, aren't they? Like last year was right. You remember this?
Yep.
Mike White, he's the man. Even Mike White was buying the Mike White hype.
Yeah.
Right? He was like, I should have been drafted first round, and I'm like, and then what happened, guys? The Bills
played us, and he was smoked.
And we shut like that 5 shit.
Picks.
We shut that shit right down.
Mike White went
right back to the bench like a
dude. And did you see the Jets? They were talking so much shit that they beat Nathan Peterman and the backups in Chicago.
Peterman. You know what's funny? So Peterman was supposed to start, and I guess the guy got an oblique injury, Simeon, during warm-ups, right? So I'm like, oh shit, Peterman starting. So I think I even text you, right? So I'm like, I put, hey, I'm Team Peterman today because I wanted the Jets to lose.
Yeah. And
then right before kickoff, they're like, the Bears said Simeon is good to go. So then, boom, there goes Peterman back on the bench. So he never played.
Okay. I didn't watch any of the game, as you can tell.
It was close in the beginning, and the Jets.
Simeon's as good as Nathan Peterman is. I mean,
I would have said, I'm like, what? Yeah, you act like a John Elway Jr. Like,
his ass. Like at the end of the day, so they're excited that they were able to beat the backups. Like,
so bad.
Like, don't get me wrong, they beat us, but I think we beat us more than they beat us.
Right, Mike White. Hey man, you guys stick with that Mike White. I can't wait to see you in a week. See how
Yes,
excited you
Daniel,
are
we
about
did.
Mike
You
White.
know what? You know what? Yes, let's call it what it is, Daniel. We ended the Mike White era once.
Right.
We'll do it again.
Right. We're gonna shut that shit down, and he'll be right back on the bench.
I mean, don't
going,
get me wrong.
damn.
The difference between the Jets this year and last year is really big. Like their defense is legit this year.
Sure. It keeps them It keeps them in games. It
Yep.
keeps the game close, and it gives the offense an opportunity to just score something, and the defense kind of holds. Kind of like how we were, a while back. I think in 2017 when we got to the playoffs.
Yeah,
Same
Scott.
Same
Preach,
thing.
brother. Scott's coming
So,
around. Scott's coming back around, Tommy.
What is it? Oh yeah, baby.
We
All
all
right,
drank
so
the Kool-Aid, but we can
what
get
I
back on
wanted to get
track.
to, what
Yeah.
I was texting you was, I was asking you, do you think, because Ken Dorsey is new as far as OC goes,
Yes,
that McDermott is maybe holding him back a tad on some of the play calling?
No.
So I'm just curious. So as of now, because I asked you, I'm like, damn, now mind you, I'm not saying we need to go trick play happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen one. I don't remember one through the whole season.
I don't think we've won run yet. I don't think we've run one yet.
And I'm not saying like that's the key to the puzzle. Like that's what's missing, but it's just weird because I've been hearing a lot of people say his offense is vanilla. Listen, it's not that vanilla.
It's not vanilla. It's
right.
just not creative.
It's not right. I don't think, but I guess where I'm getting at is it just because he's new and he's scared to maybe be a little bit more creative? Because there's no way he doesn't have some of these play calls in his pocket. There's no way. I almost think that's why I was asking about McDermott. You said no. So then I guess the other side would be maybe is it him going, I just don't feel comfortable yet in my own ability.
Probably. You have to remember, he's new. It's a brand new role for him. He's never called plays before anywhere. Yeah. And he's calling plays now. And if you listen to anything that any of the offensive coordinators talked about in the past, it's all about rhythm for them as well.
I get it. Yeah. Yep.
And
I get it.
Early in the year, it was rhythm. They were like, those quick short passes. They got in rhythm. And then he hits a little boot and throws the touchdown. And, and then they just got out of sync, got out of funk. And don't get me wrong, I think Josh's elbow is worse than let on.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's gotten through it, but I think that it also messes with what Dorsey wants to call at times. I think he's trying to protect Josh as well in the most recent games.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, but that's his own trick play. It's not a Dorsey play.
I wish we would run that power sweep that we ran at the end of the game more often at the goal line, where Josh tends to throw interceptions recently. Run that freaking power sweep down there.
I'll go for that over like a
the RPO pass.
Or he's just trying to force in.
And don't get me wrong, that linebacker made a fantastic play.
That was different. I give the line. Yeah. At first, I was like, "Oh, what is Josh doing?" But when you watch that play back, the only thing I would have said Josh could have maybe did a little different was maybe put a little arc
higher. It didn't have to be gunned in there.
Yeah, it didn't have to be. And he kind of almost he's like in that sidearm pass a little bit, and I think sometimes you gotta know, like in the goal line, it's so close, bro. Guys are playing at the line so close. I don't think you could do that little sidearm.
Yeah, and they were in the red zone. They were on the 15-yard line, I think. And his I think that's also goes back to his elbow.
15,
I think
10, 15.
His mechanics had dropped a little bit there. Instead of throwing a high and getting over, he tried to put him more on the line, and the guy made a great play.
No, he did. It is what it is.
But we looked like dog crap in the third quarter altogether.
Oh, I told you it was bad. It was bad.
It was real bad. I went back and rewatched it, and it was hard to watch.
Yeah. It was tough. I watched the fourth quarter where the ending was cool, but
but the third quarter was really hard to watch.
In general, except for I would say the Minnesota first half, it's been bad football since that second half. I'll be honest with you. Since that Minnesota game, even really the Green Bay game. But the thing is, we bounced back in the first half against Minnesota, and I'm like, oh, okay, we found ourselves. Right, we were up. I mean, we didn't look great, but we were doing okay. We had 20.
Yeah, we ran the ball.
Right, but since then, though, moving forward, I think it was who do we play right after Minnesota? Cleveland, right?
Mhm.
So we played Cleveland, and we
And it
just
took us
didn't.
until like the middle of the second quarter to.
And then we played the Lions, and same thing. It was just kind of
Yeah.
like so really I would say 2.5 games now. We've just really been in a funk offensively. And I gotta say too, real quick, Ken Dorsey ain't out there dropping passes. Gabe
Right.
Davis, you know what I mean? Even Stephon Diggs dropped a few.
Yeah.
Dawson, nah. I mean, he can only call it. If these guys aren't catching them, you can't blame Dorsey, because some of these passes are dropping are like 15-yard passes, 12-yard, 20-yard. I mean, they're just dropping them. You can't
And
have
we've
that
had a
happen.
ton of drops. We've had a ton of drops.
And let me throw another one in there. Penalties.
God, drive killers.
He's
drive
not
killers.
telling Dion to hold.
Scott's right here. He comes in and says, we haven't had a fourth quarter game all year. We have not played 4 solid quarters all year in one game. We're beating a lot of teams.
I think the Tennessee game we played.
But the fourth quarter was crap because we had backups in.
Yeah, but I won't count that because of that. I won't count that because we had backups.
You have to count it. It happened.
You just gotta see what happens when what's his name comes.
I'm just saying, I have not seen us play
a
solid 4-quarter game yet.
I got to go back and look at the Rams. I'm not sure how that game went as far as the second.
It was tied 10-10 at halftime.
No, I'm talking about the fourth. You're talking about the fourth, all 4 quarters.
No, I'm saying.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, the
quarters.
beginning was. You're right. It was a little slow out the gate.
Yeah.
I guess you're right on that. So yeah, maybe you are right. Maybe we haven't had a complete game.
We were slow out the gate for the first few games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe you're right. Maybe we just have not totally been in sync. But I will say a couple things. Like I said, though, it's also personnel, man. You can't always put it on the play caller, like Isaiah McKenzie, for instance.
No, but he can.
You know what I mean? Like he
can help.
He can, but I don't think they thought like Isaiah. Like for instance, Crowder went down early, right, in that Rams after the Rams game, I believe. Right, he was out quick. I think week 3, week 4.
Rams was week 1, so I think.
No, I know, but after that, like week 2, week 3, something early, right?
I want to say week 2. Didn't he go down in the Tennessee game, or was that week 4?
I think it was week 3. No, week 2 was the Tennessee game. Week 3 was the Dolphin game.
Didn't he get hurt in the Tennessee game?
No, he was in the Dolphin game because I remember they were trying to force him deep on that. And I'm like, why is he going deep all the time?
Okay.
It was like week 3 or week 4. Maybe the Ravens game. I think it was the Ravens.
Okay.
Either way, like a guy like that going down, that has to like affect some of his play calling. Like he had him involved. I don't know. I just think some of the guys going down kind of has to, Mikey. You can't. One guy can't do the same as another guy. You kind of have to mix it up.
And I get that, but you call different
kind of like
plays.
If Josh Allen goes down, you're not going to call the same play calls for.
No, I get that, but it's not like we lost Diggs. I would give you that if we lost.
But
we
lost Gabe Davis for like 3 weeks. And really technically he wasn't the same for a little while until his ankle got back. I'm just saying he hasn't
been the same since like week 1.
No, he hasn't.
Like he's dropping passes, And my issue was
Pittsburgh game he stepped up,
and we can go back and look at it, And I heard someone on ESPN talking about it. And I can't remember who it was. The difference between a Buffalo Bills offense and a Miami Dolphins offense. The Buffalo Bills offense is all option routes. It isn't schemed like on your 5th step you should be getting the ball out here. The receiver should be X amount of yards downfield and then breaking here. That's how the Dolphins offense runs. Like it's all predicated off of timing. The Bills offense isn't that. It's all off of reads. And I think that's part of the reason why we struggle so much at times.
I think their own line's doing a little better though than ours as well though.
They are
giving him a little bit more time.
They are
to look at to go through his reads. Josh Allen's reads, trust me, he doesn't have a lot of time back there to go, okay, Hill's not open, Waddle's not open. Okay, get set. You know what I mean? It's either Diggs or I'm out of here.
I don't disagree with that at all.
So I don't know if that also kind of messes up playbook when
I guarantee you that messes up plays with Josh has to bail out early.
Right. Or he's getting sacked. Right.
Yeah.
Or you're calling a run play and the D line just totally smokes the O line.
But at the same time, also, when the run game's working and you walk away from it and you don't go back to it, that's on the play call.
I 100% agree with the run.
It's all of them. It's not just one thing. You can't just say, okay, it's only Ken Dorsey's fault, or it's only Josh's fault, or it's only the receiver's fault, or it's only the O-line's fault. It's the whole thing's not working. And the crazy part is we're talking about all this, and we're 8-3.
8-3, and we're not even a bad offense, like numbers wise.
We're still, I think we're number 3 still. I think we're
I
number
have to
3.
look, but we're up there. Like we do, guys. Listen,
Like, we're still really.
yeah.
I mean, we still had
we
still had like 400 yards last week.
Yeah, so for as out of sync
We just suck in the red zone.
Yeah,
we
and for as out of
score
sync as we are,
mm-hmm.
we're still up there in offensive categories. I mean, like, think about when this team finally gets like going again, when they get it right, when they figure it out. It's weird. We've gone through this even with Dable. So I don't want to hear the whole Dorsey thing. Like, even with Dable, we gone into funks. Even on defense with Frazier. I remember 2020.
We go into funks all the time.
We couldn't find our identity. I'm like, what? What do you mean? Like, it's the same defense, same coordinator, identity. So, like, yeah, bro. I mean, it's how we do in Buffalo. We lose our ways and we find them some point in the season, and it's usually toward the tail end. Which this is the tail end, guys. So let's hope guys get healthy and we find our ways, man. Man, Chanel Z. I believe they will get their mojo back. Yeah, man. I think so too. I'm telling you guys, it's going to take a game where everything just clicks again and we just go on a roll. And that's
total offense. We're still number 2. We average 415.9 yards. Kansas City averages 430.
Guys, it's pretty good. By the way, I saw Mahomes throw atrocious red zone interception yesterday.
Hey, what? The almighty?
Yeah, the almighty.
That interception, it happened?
Yeah, come on, guys. Like, I'm not saying, just because he did it, Josh needs to do it. But I'm just saying, like,
it happens.
Cut the man some slack. Yeah, like he goes through I think every good quarterback goes through a little funk, and not to mention his elbow. But let's hope, Mikey. Like I said, this tail end, they get things together.
We're also number 2 in points per game. We're number 2 in total offense. We're number 2 in points.
So how bad is Dorsey doing? I'm just saying, how bad is he doing? Could he do better? Of course he can.
Yes. I think where we struggle, like, honestly, we don't struggle from 20 to 20. We struggle inside the red zone. If we can fix the red zone by end of the year, our team will be humming.
It's all that, bro. We go down usually. We drive the ball so pretty, man. Like, we go down the field usually. It's like, damn, we're looking all right.
Really
run
easy,
here,
and then
run here, right? Good pass here. Yeah, and then we get in that red zone, and it's like, okay, we tried, sack. Okay, what's wrong? We got a penalty. Now we're 3rd and 20. Right? It's like everything. It's like we step on our own feet in the red zone, or we just don't call the right calls. And that, you're right. That lies on Ken Dorsey. He needs to figure that out. And I don't know why they wouldn't be. Now we're week 13. Practicing right. Dude, if I'm Ken Dorsey in that offense, I am making a point where we practice red zone all week, man.
Daniel comes in and says, I would give Dorsey a C+ at this point. That's fair. That's fair.
I'm gonna give him a B-. I still listen. If you're number 2 in offense, I don't think that.
You're number 2 in offense, and you're like number 29 in red zone offense.
I get it, but you're still number 2 in offense, so you got to be doing something right. I get what you're saying. That has to be fixed and corrected, but no,
I would like as of today, I can get behind the C+. I think by the end of the year we'll be looking at. I'm expecting a B+, A-.
I got you. I'm
our defense, just so you know, we're number 12 in total yards, and we're number 5 in points per game.
Yeah, we have really dropped, by the way, on defense.
But we've missed so many guys on defense.
No, I get it. But we have really dropped in the rankings on as far as.
I mean, not really. We're number 5
against the pass. I think against the pass, I think we're 15th now, 16th, something like that. We're not good. We dropped a lot, Mikey. We used to be up there. We were like number 5 at one point. Pull it up, Mike. I'm curious because I'm pretty sure
we're number 17.
That's that. Right, Dane Jackson. Thank you.
but we're number 12 in total offense and number 5 in points per game. Points per game is the key.
That is the key. I don't care. I always said that.
It goes San Francisco at 15.7, Dallas at 17, Broncos at 17.6, Jets at 17.8, Bills at 18.1.
Right. Yeah. By the way, if anyone cares, the Steelers are up at half, 16-3. Matt Ryan, 5 for 13, 30
Barn burner, huh?
interception.
What is it?
Matt Ryan, terrible stat line.
Former MVP.
5 for 13, 36 yards, and an interception. Kenny
It
Pickett,
could be worse.
not
Could be worse,
bad.
fellas.
14-18, 133. Not
Yeah.
bad. 34 rushing yards, so not bad for the Rook. But yeah, I guess it could be worse. It could have 4 interceptions. 36.
Chuckles, it'll be the first half. If Trey is going to play half of the game, it'll be the first half. They will not sit him and get him cold and then put him out there.
Yeah, so I don't know if you heard Mikey, but Frazier did speak on playing time for him.
Okay.
And he did say he's definitely going to get a lot more game time this week. He didn't say the full game though.
Yeah, so he'll probably get a half.
I think that's
if they're going to play him, like they've ramped him up to that point. Like he had a training camp. Now he's going into the second preseason game. I can see him getting a half. Next game, I can see him getting, three quarters to, maybe in the fourth a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then he'll probably be good to go from there.
Yep. I 100% agree.
I can't say now that I kind of see how they're doing it. I can understand what they were doing. I just don't understand why they didn't say what they were doing.
Yeah.
Gamesmanship, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they don't want
it makes
to know.
sense.
Yeah.
You don't just bring someone back who's been out for a year without any training camp and just throw them out there. I understand that piece of it. But man, being quiet made everybody wonder about him.
Yep. By the way, the Ravens lost.
Yeah, Matt Ryan is done. Yes. The Ravens lost to the Jaguars.
And I think they're Browns,
pesky, man.
Browns beat the Bucks.
Yep.
In overtime. I think the Bengals beat the Titans, I believe.
Yep.
So, and I don't know if that was an upset, but just saying. So, but that Jaguar team, boy, even with no ATN, man, they are. So listen, guys, any given Sunday is my whole point. The Browns, right? That was a good game. And we kind of listen. I always say too, you can't always go by the score. We whipped them in the second half, guys. We were up 18 with 2 minutes left. You know what I mean? Or 16 points. Sorry, 16. Browns 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah, they got a late garbage.
Exactly. So don't always go. So my point is, the Browns turn around, they beat the Buccaneers. I'm not saying the Buccaneers are what they were, but the Buccaneers are a good team. It's Tom Brady. He's still a good player. He actually has been playing better. And look, they turn around and beat them. So I don't want to hear like, oh, they barely beat the Browns. It's like, stop, man. Stop that talk. There's some bet. Listen, there's some teams with some not the greatest records that play really good football. And it could beat you on any given Sunday. Like they have the team, they're just not all there yet. But you could see it coming together. You know what I mean? The Browns might be a good team. Who knows when Watson comes there? I'm not saying this season. Because I think right now he's not going to have it right now. But maybe next season the Browns could maybe do something. I don't know. They have some decent players. They do have some decent players there.
Yeah, I like what Trigg says here. We can't stop a nosebleed on 3rd and 4th downs.
Oh my God, it's so.
And what's the worst part about it? It's not even like 3rd and 4th down short. I have a feeling we'll get the stop. If it's like 3rd and long, is where I get nervous. Because they play that stupid soft zone coverage and give it up every time.
It drives me insane. Who said to? Where did I hear today? Oh, wasn't the coach? Of course not. It was. I was on One Bills Live or whatever. It was I forget the guy's name, but he was saying like how he wants to see Milano blitz more. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, it was Michael Robinson.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, really? I've been saying that for like 2 years now.
You've been saying stop sending the safeties, start sending the linebackers.
It's like, yeah,
it will be nice to get Edmonds back. He's you don't realize how good he is until he's gone. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, I still think he could be better somewhere that uses him correct. I still don't think we use him to his full potential.
Oh, we don't use him correctly.
Yeah, it is what it is. But guys, it's the truth. Like you're gonna be really mad. I'm gonna tell you right now. If he winds up going somewhere else and they use him to his full potential, meaning put him on edge,
he'll be kind of like a Micah Parsons light.
You're gonna be really Bills Mafia gonna be like, why didn't we resign him?
It's not that. Why didn't we use him the right way? Than why we did have him.
Well, that too, but you can hear it. I can already see it. Like, Bills, let another guy go. So like, anyways, yeah, we need that guy back, man.
And Dallas, so let's hit Dallas's question.
Yeah, which one? Which one?
Comment
This
here.
one here?
Yeah, says we were Super Bowl favorites. We have this high-powered offense. It's really Allen and Diggs again. Last game, no Shakir. We got to capitalize in the red zone. Yeah, our offense is still considered high power. It is more than Allen and Diggs.
Oh,
We need to stop crapping on Moto Singletary. The dude is really good. Listen, Tommy's been preaching Moto Singletary for a long time. Sometimes I think it's Florida bias, but you know what? I've really come around on him. That's why you can't allow us to have anything bad to say about Dorsey. I get it. It's your Miami bias. I understand. But at the end of the day, like Devin Singletary is just so solid. Is he spectacular? No. But he's the best teammate. He's super good in between the tackles. He doesn't get stopped for losses very often. Even when he has to make it the first guy miss in the backfield, he still always gets 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you give him a little grease, he'll get you 12 to 20.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
never complains about playing time.
I think we need to, Allen and Diggs are the superstars on the offense.
Yep.
But we need to paying the man some respect, because if it is his last year here, he needs to realize that the Mafia loved him and appreciated what he's done.
I don't
he
think
has
they
been good.
I don't think they will, Mikey. I'm gonna be dead honest.
But I'll tell you, you have turned me, Tommy. I was not a Singletary guy. You know that.
I know.
I appreciate the heck out of that little guy. I do. I appreciate that. I do think we need to get Hines more involved, even if it's not in the run game, in the pass game.
I do too. And I think you will, Mikey. I truly listen. You can't just have a guy come over and just play. Like, I get it, CMC's over there, but they're using CMC right. Listen, they
have them all over the field.
They have them all over the field, and Dorsey needs to kind of listen. I get that Hines doesn't know the playbook all yet, and even Hines admitted so. Wasn't like Hines was like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. I know the playbook. They're just not giving me time." Like, he even said, "Man, this fucking playbook is like
it's complicated because every what they say, every play has 5 different options."
Yeah, I get that,
and it's like a 900 play playbook.
But you're telling me you can't come up with
a package
for him and say, "Hey, while you're learning this, let's just really concentrate on this. Let's get this down."
Why don't you use him in the red zone?
Whatever, just use him. Right? just use the guy. Whatever you got to do. He's a Listen, he's a speedster. I'm not saying he's the best thing since sliced bread, but he is super fast. You could listen. Speed kills. We all know that. Care who you are, right? And that's why, really, honestly, McKenzie plays a good role on this team. If he didn't have that speed, McKenzie would not be on this team. That's the facts, right? Because he's a gadget guy with speed. We can use him for those types of plays. Okay, now you got another one who may be even faster. Start implementing him in the offense. Figure a way to use him. Whatever you got to do. And I think he will. I really, truly believe it. I think they're going to find a way to use him. Why would they make the trade if they're not going to even use him at all? You know what I mean?
I hope so. I love
now, Marlowe's interesting. There, he hasn't even touched the field on him.
I don't understand that. Like, I understand with Poyer back and with Hamlin why Marlowe wouldn't be in there, because Hamlin has been really good. But when Poyer was out, there was zero reason not to put Marlowe back there.
Why,
they went with, we lost 2 games because of it.
Yeah. Chuckles, Knox, Hines, here, Cook.
I hope so.
Yeah. Late season.
Listen, I really hope.
Cook, I think, is still trying to find his way. But I wish they would run him more.
He had a bad Thanksgiving game, man.
He did. I want to listen right now, and I got to tell you too, plays like that when you go the opposite way and Allen almost. I can promise you, Allen's like, I'm not going to throw your way again. Not for a little bit. You know what I mean?
That goes back to that option. Remember, we were just talking about the option plays where he has to read your body language. Cook looked like he was going one way, so Allen throws it and it almost gets picked, and everyone's like, "What the hell is Josh Allen doing?
What was he thinking?
That's on his running back, dude."
Right. So trust me when I tell you. Remember, I told you Josh Allen needs to build chemistry, and that's why I think kind of Shakir is not totally 100% on his radar just
And I know
yet.
it's surprising because of how much he trusted him with his first
That
start
Ravens
and how
game?
well he did.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just going by what he's done in the past with other receivers.
Mhm.
If you look at like the history, like I'm telling you, some guys it takes even
I don't think
Dawson
it
Knox.
wasn't the Ravens. It was the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah, okay. Even Knox, it took a while. By the way, for him and Knox to really kind of get going. I
Yeah.
would say last year was really when he started trusting him more.
And
Now, obviously, Diggs came
he's
in.
been
They trust.
MIA. He's been MIA
Yeah,
since this year. I don't
he
know what's
has,
going
but
on.
you got to factor in a lot, and then you also got to factor in then also the playing, the blocking offensive line. They're using more. But to be honest with you, though, I think that's a mistake too, Mikey. Like, okay, he's a playmaker. He can catch touchdowns.
Use him like Kelsey. Line him up in the slot.
Exactly. Or get somebody else to help block. That's all.
Mhm.
You don't always need to
Put Bobby Hart in.
It's that whatever you got to do. But why are you're taking away a weapon? It's not like he's Lee. If he was Lee Smith, I'd be like, hey, cool. Use him for blocking.
Who was a cheeseburger away from an offensive tackle?
Right. But come on, man. Like that's another weapon. But I will say though, they have been, if you notice the last two games, Knox has been a little bit more involved. So that is a good sign. Like Knox made some big plays. I believe in that. Was it the Browns game? He made some really good catches in that game. I'm trying to think back. He had a good game.
Yeah, it was the Browns game.
Yeah.
He had 7 catches on 7 targets.
Exactly.
Dallas comes in and says Shakir not getting many reps. Is that just a stubborn not playing a rookie thing? No, I think it really has to do with he's blown a few assignments, and I think that's the coaches saying he's not ready. Like he's looked good from a pass catching standpoint, but he's blown some assignments bad and gotten us, and I think the coaches just don't trust him yet.
For some reason, guys, I cannot show your chats on the screen. StreamYard is not allowing me.
StreamYard's been acting up. That's why I'm on this different headset, is because there was a weird noise in Tommy's ear.
I apologize, guys, but we'll just read them off because, it's not. I'm clicking the button. Nothing.
It's all good. It happens. It's weird.
So, Mikey, do you see the chat? Yeah, you do.
Chat.
Obviously, you've been. Yeah. So, Mikey will be on chat duty because I cannot until this thing gets working, which I don't think it is. Can't do anything for you. But
Chuckles. I love that. They've been holding Shakira off to the side, keeping him for a late season run, keeping him off the film. That's all it is. I love your positive, Chuckles. I love the positive. Oh, there goes Tommy. Don't know where he went. So Shakir looked pretty good early in the season. Seems to be in the doghouse now. I don't know if he's in the doghouse or if they're just going somewhere else.
Back.
What'd you do?
Oh, baby. No, I wanted to reset.
I'm like, okay, there goes Tommy.
I can't have you guys not be part of
the
show.
All right, so let's go to that one. Let's go to that one. I was talking about that comment from Daniel.
This one right here?
What's your thoughts here?
Okay, Shakir looked pretty good early in the season. Seems to be in the doghouse. Nah, he ain't in the doghouse. He ain't in the doghouse. Listen, right now we're struggling on offense, and I think they're trying to get the main guys involved. I'll be honest with you. I think they're trying to get Allen back in a groove with Diggs, with Gabe Davis, with even McKenzie, and Dawson Knox. And I think it's not that I don't think he did anything wrong. I just think right now they're concentrating on the main core, and when things get going back again,
he's in the doghouse.
I think you'll see him.
He might be in the doghouse. He has blown some assignments, so he may be.
But I don't know. Yeah, but he's also I've seen him more in games lately. He's not
getting any passes.
He's just not getting. He's not right.
In Josh's doghouse.
Exactly. So if there's any doghouse, it's exactly. I'll agree with that. Now, I am curious, like, if John Brown does get activated, I'm very, very curious how much you see him then. I'm very curious what they wind up doing, because then you got a decent amount of receivers there on the field active. Somebody has to be inactive. I don't know how many receivers they can carry, or they would, make active during a game. Very curious about that. But you're not going to see John Brown, like we said earlier, probably won't see him for at least
3 weeks.
I would say 2. Okay. Depending on his shape. But supposedly he's in very good shape. But like Mikey said, football shape and being in shape,
different.
2 different things. But Listen, it's John Brown. He's a pro. He's been in this.
He's a
league
vet.
long.
Yeah,
he's a vet. Been around for a long time. So very possible that he is ready to go and only needs a week to really get going. Practice or whatever. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But like right now, I wouldn't be counting on him. Contributing for at least a little bit, if at all. Because who knows? Just this, honestly, he could be on this roster on the practice squad and be released. I mean. Just being honest with you guys. I mean, it would suck. I like him, but it's very possible.
We had what was his name? Kenny Stills came in. We thought we were going to use him, and he never.
You're right.
So let's answer this. Dallas Holland asks, how do you guys think Gabe has played so far? I think Gabe has been a C+.
Oh, you want me to grade him?
I'm just going to give him a grade.
Okay. Oh man, it's just tough, bro. I'm gonna say
he looks great.
I'm gonna say
great
C
minus.
minus.
Yeah, he looks great sometimes, and he looks lost sometimes.
I'll say C minus because man, he's made some key drops. He also I hated that that they got under his skin over in was the Minnesota game, right? When they were jawing back and forth. I think that was the game. Was it the Minnesota game?
No, that was the
what game was that?
Game.
I'm sorry, the Packer game. Yeah, I'm sorry, the Packer game. When they got under his skin, like, come on, dude. Like, I kind of felt like that right there was like, man, showing his maturity level. Like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, Diggs fine, but Diggs
making dumb penalties.
Yeah, penalties, because letting his emotions run high.
Drops.
Not only that, and then this season's been weird because I saw the speed and the power early on, and then when he got hurt and he came back, I just kind of feel it's not what it was before the injury. That's 100%. I'm telling you guys, there is no way.
Says that. Beth agrees. She says in the chat that she feels like Gabe's fallen off since he got hurt. He just not the same since his ankle.
I'm telling you guys, and if that's maybe a little mental too, maybe he's not wanting to push off certain ankle, right? And jump as high. I don't know. I don't know. I could tell you, I broke my ankle and I never was the same playing basketball again. It was always in my head like it is what it is, man. So obviously he's an athlete. He's going to need to work his way through that because in his career, Mikey, he's an ankle. He's going to go through who knows what. I mean, NFL player gets crazy injuries, ACL, you know what I mean? Lots. Yeah. So like that's nothing. So you gotta learn how to bounce back from that and get your head right, man. And I agree with her. Like I think it's a little mental and maybe even a little physical with Gabe Davis right now. Is why he's playing the way he's basically underperforming.
His ankle shouldn't mess with his hands though.
It shouldn't. That's correct. But I do know like sometimes when you go to maybe the way he's placing his body to catch, who knows? I'm just saying. I know it doesn't make sense. But remember, your whole body kind of goes together when you're doing your motion. So I don't know. Who knows at this point?
Whatever. He's not what we thought he was going to be.
You got to get your act together. And I still think he could be that guy. I believe.
I do too,
guys. I believe
he just hasn't been.
Davis. Yeah, he just hasn't been. And
of course, he's another Florida boy.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets his stuff together. I mean, we'll see. Listen, it wasn't like he's a first-round pick and we're like, oh, Gabe Davis.
Yeah, no, he's a fourth-round pick.
Yeah, so guys, he'll be all right. I really listen. They all will be right. I remember we were screaming about Dawson Knox dropping passes, right? And he's terrible. And then he had a good, really good season last season. So it could turn around for Gabe.
Did he have a really good season? He had a good end of the season.
He tied the league with tight ends with touchdowns with 8, right? With Kelsey. So I think he had a good bounce.
Oh, we're talking about Knox. I thought we were talking about Davis.
Yeah, Knox. No, I'm talking about Knox. Like when people were like down and out on him. And he bounced back and had a good season, right? So let's just hope
you're right. Beth is sticking up for her Davis. Says it's your timing. It's your timing. Yeah. It could throw you off. Okay.
Yeah.
Something's messing with his hands because he's been dropping a ton of balls.
We'll see. Listen, y'all will love everyone that's saying something right now. Well, if he gets his back to being the Gabe Davis we thought, and we also saw it wasn't even that we thought it.
I still love the guy. I just want him to catch the ball.
If he gets back on track, then we'll all be like, damn, okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, all right.
Well, you'll see this offense take off.
100%. Because it is different when he is playing the way we all know he could play, and I'm sure the way he knows he could play, we are very dangerous. He's a tough guard, man. He's a physical, fast receiver. ask all the guys he's burnt like on games that he's killed it, right? Ask the Pittsburgh game, right? The Chiefs game. I mean, there's games that he just was unstoppable. And bro, if he gets that back to that point, then yeah, man, then we're a tough guard. It's just right now with him playing not to his standards, all we got is Diggs. And then those guys are just around. And that's the problem. So they all need to step up, Mikey. They all need to step up.
So Triggs comes in and says, apart from Diggs and Brown, we lack route runners. See, and this is where I disagree a little bit. I think Shakir is a better route runner.
I do too.
Because he's a technical guy. The way he runs his routes is all about that.
Yeah.
Is OBJ the glue this year? Is OBJ conscious? That's the real question.
I know, right? What was that about? That was so
that was weird.
And it wasn't. I don't think it wasn't anything bad, by the way, guys.
No.
He didn't get. They just was safety precautions. So he didn't technically. Wasn't like he was.
He wasn't rude. He got off the plane. He just.
But it was weird that he was.
Probably
so
took an Ambien.
Now I heard. Now he states that it was a male, airline attendant.
Yeah.
That they had beef or something, like he wasn't liking him or something about early on in the flight. His
agent came out and said something.
Yeah. So listen, that wasn't an AB kind of thing where he's like slapping somebody on the plane. I went over. So
no. There was nothing. Like he got off the plane, he went to the counter, got rebooked on another plane, and
yeah. I mean, it sucks. You're in the headlines and everything, but it's not. That will be forgotten in about 24 hours.
It's pretty much forgotten to this point already. Like people it was a thing this morning and it was gone by the afternoon.
Yeah. So Mikey, we are an hour in. I want to get into the game because we haven't even touched the pace.
Okay.
So here we go, guys. Going Thursday night football to New England. It's going to be about 35 degrees. Slight wind. Typical December kind of game in Foxborough. Mikey, I guess I'll ask you first. Your thoughts on Buffalo playing New England, who just lost, by the way, a close Thursday game to Minnesota. And Mac Jones actually played a good game in that game, almost 400 yards. What do we need to do against this Patriots offense for the Bills defense?
What do we need to do?
Yeah, what do we need to do? What's your game? What would your game plan be?
Okay, so my keys to the game?
Sure.
Stop the run, because that's what they do best. You stop that run, you're fine.
That's right.
Red zone offense for us, and limit the turnovers.
100%.
Those are my three.
Yeah, I agree. Mine are pretty much similar. I would say the offensive line needs to man the fuck up because New England is bringing the blitz. Judon is having a very good season. I believe he leads the league in sacks. You have to protect Josh Allen in this game. You have to give him more than 2 seconds to throw the ball. And then also, I would really like the run game to get going here. I say it over and over and over again. I think they've been doing a better job the last 2 weeks, Mikey, but I need to see more running later in the game. I mean, I get it. I'm thank you, Dorsey, for giving some early run plays, but then you're kind of forgetting about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like you gotta listen. You gotta know that works into the clock. Right, you're killing the clock for them to make a comeback. Kind of like if you would have ran against the Vikings, they probably would not even had time to make that comeback. Stuff like that, you chew the time. And listen, I get the offensive line isn't the greatest at run blocking, but Singletary, I don't know what he's averaging. I think he's 4.6. What is he averaging this season? You know? Offhand, 4.5.
I don't
He's
know.
up in there in the force. I know he's up in there in the force. So my point is, we're not as bad as you think on run blocking if they do it right. You cannot do quarterback, running back draw plays. That won't work. It's not working. It hasn't worked. Stop that. Running the ball up the middle. Stop. It's not working. Doesn't work. Waste of a play. If you're going to run the ball, you got to run it outside the tackles. That seems to be our bread and butter right there. If you don't do that, and you run it up the middle, then yeah, you're going to see bad results every time. If you do a draw, it's not working. We're just not that kind of team. Offensive line is not that good. So yes, run the ball. Continue to run the ball later in the second half. You have to. And you got to limit the turnovers. New England loves getting the ball. Listen, their corners, by the way, have been playing very good. I got to give them credit. The corners stepped up this season. I thought that was their weak spot after losing Jackson, and boy, they stepped up. And they'll be ready to play, guys. They will be 100% ready to play. They always are under Belichick. So this Bills team, Ken Dorsey, Leslie Frazier, you got to dial it up, man. Listen, we are 0-2 in the AFC East in our own division. You do not want to go down 0-3. Okay. This is to be honest with you, this is an important game. Very important game. You cannot keep losing division games. And not only that, we play the Jets the very following week at home. Another division game. Here comes our division games.
Miami, another division game.
Exactly. So here they come, right? This is for the division. Guys, I'm not even thinking big picture AFC win the AFC at this point. I'm thinking let's just win our division.
Yeah.
And it starts Thursday, guys. It really does. And I'm telling you, lose to New England. And
in our division, Miami's 2-1.
Yep.
Jets are 2-2. New England's 2-1. These are key games.
Huge games. So you lose to the Patriots, like I said. Guys, I'm not saying panic, but that's not good. That's not good. So listen, the Buffalo Bills, the players, I know they say every game is, important. It's just like this is very, very important. These division games, you got to win. You got to win, right? So it starts Thursday, like I said, Mikey, and I believe in this team. I still believe in this defense, even without Von Miller. I still think they can get the job done. Greg Rousseau is back. Ed Oliver's playing at a high level. Trey White will be seeing more time. These are all good things, guys. Jordan Poyer is playing, obviously. Thank God. And, I think the key in this game too will be Dane Jackson. What are you going to do? Do we need to pull you and put somebody else in there in your spot? Because you need to step up.
I need to see Trey and Elam. That's who I need to see.
I 100% agree, but they're not. Listen, I think they're going to give Dane one more opportunity.
Oh God, it makes me want to throw up.
I do, and it sucks because listen, but we were high on Dane Jackson to start the season, right? We weren't low on Dane Jackson.
No, and I still like Dane. I just don't want to see him starting anymore. I've seen enough of him.
I agree.
We saw him.
I agree.
In limited action last year.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's been bad last few weeks.
I think this is it because I got to say, man, listen, I know Mac Jones threw for, his best game of the season, probably of his career last week.
By the way, 4.5 is Singletary's yards per carry.
Okay, that's damn good. That's fine. I'll take it all day. But let's be real. That Patriots offense stinks. They are not that good. They had a good game against Minnesota. Right. But if Dane Jackson's going to prove anything, this is it because it's a bad team you're going against. And if you give up plays to Mac Jones and those receivers, then you are definitely not. This is not the season for you, bud. You need to go on the bench and you need to work out harder. You need to get mad that you've been benched, honestly, and maybe because wasn't he benched before? I believe for Cam. Dane Jackson.
No, the guy that was benched that was Tron Johnson was benched. Tron.
Oh, you're right, Tron for
Cam.
For Cam.
And then Cam got hurt. Tron came back.
Yeah,
you're
right.
Awesome second half of the year.
Yep.
And has been nailed.
But maybe Dane needs that kick in the butt. Because I got to say too, that interview he did, I was like, "What are you talking about, bro?" Because they were talking about they were asking him how that he's been having a tough time as of late. And he just says, well, I got the win. I got the win. Like, he's not really taking response. He's not saying, hey, I gotta, you know what? Gotta play better. Yeah, I've not been good lately. I'm glad we got the win, but man, I can't play like that. He didn't say that. You know what I mean? He was more like he was doing the what's the quarterback name over there in Jets?
Zach?
What's his name? Yeah, he was doing a Zach Wilson interview. Was Dane Jackson when they were asking him, could you be playing better? How do you feel about your play lately? Hey, I got the win. That's all that counts, baby. Like, I mean, it's like, Dane, that wasn't really what he was going for. He's asking about your shitty play.
They teed it up. Did you fail your defense? Nope.
Right, but Dane, I swear to God, Mike, you got to hear that interview. Same thing in the locker room. Like, hey, Dane, your poor play lately. He's like, I don't know. I mean, I got the win. I was like, Dane, that's not the point.
Josh Allen pulled your ass out of the fire.
Right. The point is, you're the one that's getting used and abused game after game. Like, bro, you got to step it up or sit on the bench. Right. But that's also on McDermott and Frazier, bro. They make that call. So,
yeah, especially now that they have Xavier Rhodes on the roster.
Yeah,
I can see them going to the veteran over Dane.
Yeah, exactly. Sidestep. Well, he did say, I got the win. I got the win. You certainly sidestep, but you don't need to sidestep it. Listen, usually good players, all of them,
right?
Say, I got to play better.
Okay, you're right, Spin. He didn't straight up and say, not on me. He said, we got the win. He's like,
no, he said, no, he didn't even say we got the win. He said, I got the win. I got the win. I got the win. Trust me, go back and hear it again.
Shit. He didn't get shit.
Yeah, listen, either way, good players, top players, they take responsibility. He needs to say, and I'm not saying he needs to be like,
I can play better.
Yeah, that's all.
I can play better.
Just be like, yeah, I'm glad we got the win, but man, I definitely could do a better job. Like, damn it. I'm just saying, like, come on, bro. You do need to do a better job. Fuck yeah, you do. Like, you're the main guy getting used and abused out there. Of course you need to do a better job. So anyways, go ahead.
Dallas is right here. He comes in and says we need to step up Thursday. These are must wins. The issue becomes not even so much from a division standpoint. We can't give up any more tiebreakers to these guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that becomes the biggest issue is the tiebreaker.
No, and put in this loss will put New England really below. There are 2 games. I think they're 2 games behind us right now.
Put them out. That's
what I mean. So it will be a rough sledding for them. And I think they have some tough games left. By the way, because I went on AFC Shakedown Saturday, and I remember looking at the Dolphins schedule before I went on. And Juan from Sports Dynasty. And he's like, oh, man, Dolphins probably have I think they have an easy schedule. And I said, no.
Actually, they have a rough schedule.
Listen, they're on the road 3 straight games.
The Dolphins have a rough end of the year.
49ers. Who's after them?
Chargers,
and then Bills. All 3 on the road.
It's not even that. It goes 49ers, at Chargers, at Bills. Home against the Packers, just saying at the Patriots, at home against the Jets.
Right. And the Patriots are playing rough. It don't matter. Even if they're out, they're going to be playing to play it.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, but I'm just saying the 3 on the road are like rough.
And back-to-back West Coast games. Ooh. Ouch.
And then flying to cold-ass, windy Buffalo.
Right.
Like, dude, listen. Yeah.
At least it's nice weather out in San Francisco.
Right. So they better, listen, if we handle our business, guys, we will win this AFC East because, like I said, the Dolphins, it's not like they have an easy, cushy schedule. Mm-hmm. They have some tough games coming up. And we just it starts right here with the Patriots for us. Right. And then we go and handle our business at home like we should have against the Jets. And then we got the Dolphins.
Yeah, Donna, you can't listen to Nick Wright. Can't listen to Nick Wright.
Oh, is he going back to the Nick Wright? Is Nick Wright going back to this?
Yes. He's not better than Davis Mills. Don't stop it.
He is a clown.
But you know what? At the end of the day, we beat the Chiefs, so he can't say much.
Listen, when we were healthy, we beat all the top AFC teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just a heads up, guys. So, not that bad. We've had some stupid games where we shot ourselves in the foot, cost us some games. We shouldn't be 8-3. The worst. We should have one loss right now. At the worst. We let some stupid games go by. That the Vikings game, come on. That was an easy win. We had it right there.
You know what's funny about that Nick Wright comment? Josh is number 2 in the league in passing. He has the same amount of touchdowns as Pat Mahomes. What is he talking about?
I have no idea. But he's listen, he's a clown. He likes that. It's all exactly. Most of them are, and that's all right. So, Mikey, let's get to this. I want to know your score prediction for the game.
I think it's going to be 27-16.
Bills, I'm assuming.
Yes, obviously. I will never pick the Patriots to beat us. 27-16. Yes, he hates the Bills, and that's because we are their biggest competition, and he knows it.
This is tough for me. All right, I'm gonna say just because our offense has been rocky, and we're going against a decent. We're going against the number 6
ranked. No, the number 6 ranked defense.
Are they 6th now? They were 2nd for a minute. Okay,
yeah,
they dropped in. Wow. Okay, either way, it's almost
points per game.
Let's just call them a top 5 defense for the shits and giggles. I'm gonna say 27-14 27-14 Buffalo, of course. Yeah, I think we give up. I think we do our normal give up a touchdown early routine that we love to do, and then we stop that shit. We hold them up until maybe the fourth quarter where they score again. It's going to be around there. They could even have 17. Who knows? They could have a field goal at the end, but I'm gonna give us our offense 27, which is not bad, by the way. I'll take it over that defense, the way we've been playing. 27 is fine for me. As long as we get the win. I don't care if, honestly, guys, at the end of the day, as long as we get the win, I'm good with it. If it's an ugly game, it's an ugly game. And by the way, it could be an ugly game. Could be.
It's most likely going to be an ugly game.
Yeah, could very well be. Pittsburgh is doing everything under the sun to let the Colts score a touchdown, and the Colts are doing everything under the sun to not score the touchdown. So it's 16-10, by the way. Oh man, the Colts, Pittsburgh.
Neither one of them want to win because they want the better draft pick.
Oh, wait, Matt Ryan fumbled. What happened here? Oh, Jonathan Taylor. This is like what we do. Jonathan Taylor fumbled at the goal line, in the red zone.
Jonathan Taylor did.
Yeah, it was a good handoff. He just he didn't get it in clean. Like snap the ball. So that's I don't know who got the ball there, but
that's rough.
Hey, yikes. Anyways, any last thoughts, Mikey?
No. Get ready for a good Thursday night game. We love it when we play the Patriots. Josh tends to play his best when we play the Patriots, so hopefully this will get our offense back on track, ready to go. And,
yeah.
So what are we doing for Friday night? Are we doing?
And by the way, we got a good break after this that much needed, so we play again.
Yeah. Are we doing a Friday night show? Because we're going to be doing the post game.
No Friday night. Like I said, no. So Friday Night Lights, guys, once again, because it just doesn't make sense. Because normally Friday Night Lights is to preview the game, and we're previewing the game now. So no, but Saturday obviously we'll be doing the fantasy football show, Fantasy Kingdom, and then AFC Shakedown, obviously Saturday as well, and then we'll be back on Monday. So.
And then we'll obviously be with you live Thursday night after the game.
Yeah. So guys, post game. We're always here. We're probably the first ones on before anyone. We're literally 5-10 minutes on.
Yeah, 5 minutes after.
So we'll be here. You guys be here. And I'm guessing and I'm hoping and I'm knowing that it's a Buffalo Bills win. So guys, go Bills. We're out of here. Bills Mafia #1.
Go Bills.
Peace. And I do gotta play. I almost forgot our outro.
Don't forget our outro.
How dare. Bills make me want to
Bills
shout.
make me wanna shout.
Go Bills, guys. Peace out.
Go Bills.